Hello and welcome everyone back to another indie game review. I'm HatTopGaming and we're back talking about the knife throwing, beehive shooting, and S tier mastering game in I Am Your Beast, a high octane action game all about completing the level as quickly as you can while doing small challenges along the way as a subtle yet strong narrative plays in between missions. Not only that, but it has plenty of post game content to boot. As always, we'll be going over the story, gameplay, and this time performance on the Xbox Rogue Ally X today before giving the game a rating out of 10. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video for a sneak peek on my next game I'll be reviewing. But with all that out of the way, let's begin. Starting off with the story, it's a rather simple one. You are a former highly skilled operative who worked for the COI, and your job was taking out high-level targets in the John Wick slash hardcore Henry kind of style, but even faster. Start off with you just chilling in the forest when your former boss slash handler radios in about one last job. You've heard that before, too many times in fact, and after nearly dying in your last mission, you are just done with the agency. Of course, they won't just simply let you go, so instead they decide to invade your forest and try to bring you in. Now you must take on everything the COI can throw at you, while you use all your skills to not only kill the agents after you, but reach the escape hatches you created all along the forest, because in reality, you knew this day was coming. Moving on to gameplay now, it's all about killing everyone you see in the most efficient way possible while completing side objectives. Your score is calculated based on the quickness of completing levels, and the way you lower your time is by getting kills. Each kill, depending on how it's done, will take off 0.03 seconds, maybe half a second, 0.08, or even a whole second worth of time. So when the game says you beat the level in 3 seconds, that's what the score is after deducting all the time based on the kills you got. Really though, the best way I can explain the game to you though is through the actual gameplay itself. All of it is unedited and uncensored, so here's some of it for you guys. All this was captured on the Xbox Rogue Ally X. And like I mentioned, you're given side challenges to complete after every mission. They're meant to be completed after you beat the level for the first time, and while some of them are perfectly fine, some are rather absurd and only serve to hurt the experience, as you're required to beat a certain number of them before you can unlock the next level or cutscene, which I really dislike as I feel it's a way to inflate playtime. But I mean, if I'm being honest, I only had to go back and beat a few of them individually, so it's not something you have to do too much. I think you'll just be able to get most of them that you need by just playing the game regularly. Already mentioned before, all the footage was captured via the Xbox Rogue Ally X as I was playing it through Game Pass. Truthfully, that's the only reason this wasn't a Steam Deck review as per usual. It was on Game Pass, so I didn't have to buy it. The game is Steam Deck verified, and I was playing it on silent mode, which is the equivalent of Steam Deck power, and in my experience, I didn't run into any bugs or glitches. Despite the fast pace, everything registered as far as I could tell. I never had any issues with lag or stuttering either. It was a seamless experience across the board, so I have to imagine on Steam Deck it would be no different. So if you're worried about performance at all, I really wouldn't worry. This game, while it may seem like there's a lot going on screen, I'm sure whatever you're playing on can handle it. I've never been shy about the fact that I'm not a big fan of short games and how I rate them harsher because of it, as spending money on a sub 10 hour experience has never sat right with me from a video game perspective, so this game retailing at no lower than $10 as it never really has a deep sale since being released, I was a bit skeptical about buying it, but jumped at the chance when I saw it on Game Pass. That being said, this game completely blows past all of that as it's just that damn good of a game. It took me about 6.6 hours to S rank every level in the main campaign, and I'm still playing the challenges, and I'm still not moving on to the next one until I S rank whichever one I'm playing. Never really cared for speedrunning games or achieving the highest score possible, but this joins the smallest of games aside from things like Midnight Fight Express, which I also did a review on, in games that are so good that I wanted to perfect them as much as I could. This game is an easy 9 out of 10 for me, the only real issue being the game's length and just how challenging some of the post-game content is. And again, I'm not a fan of requiring challenges to be completed in the main game in order to progress, but in this one it didn't do it too egregiously, so I can give that a pass as well. The only other real knock I can put on the game is just how challenging some of the post-game content is compared to the main game. But that kind of reminds me of how Celeste did the same thing, where like the cassette tapes were kind of hard, but not really too bad. But then you go back and do the heart missions, and it was like a million times harder. And I get it's post-game content. I get it's for people who only just really want that stuff. But it's definitely a step up, and not really in a good way. But with all that being said, I still highly recommend this game to any of you interested, and those of you who may think this game isn't for you, I implore you to give it a try when you can. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any thoughts or opinions on the game, make sure to leave them down in the comment section down below. Tell me if you've played it, have you S-ranked all the levels the way that I did? Did you enjoy the post-game content? Did you think it was too hard? Let me know any of your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I am HatTopGaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace.